All right, we're cutting into our commercial break because that is Marine One. That Marine One contains President Obama. He's arriving at LAX to aboard Air Force One that will wing him back east. Chip Yost is at the airport. He cleared it through security. Chip, take it away.
Yeah, good morning, Michaela. Yeah, we're not sure that could be President Obama on that Marine One chopper, or that may be another chopper. Basically, any chopper with the president on it is designated as Marine One. Last time we were here, we kind of got fooled. We focused in on a helicopter just like this one, watched it for a while, and the president landed behind us in another one. So there may be another one landing, we're not sure, but he is scheduled to be here any minute. It's possible that's him. There were 4 other helicopters that came in just before his, so we'll wait and see here, see if the president gets out. We see a lot of his staff coming from some of these other choppers that just landed ahead of him. Now, this is the one, I told you it might be a bait and switch. Just behind Air Force One, you can't see it on this one, Sherry's going to pan over. There is another chopper landing. It's possible the president is on that one. That's the way it worked last time when we were here. So you can see it over there. There it is landing right over there. That's possible. That is Marine One right over there. So we'll keep a look on both of these. Yes, it looks at the other helicopter we were just focused on before we panned over. We see some people getting off of that one. They look like some of the staffers for President Obama. So my guess is he is on this one you're watching come in right here. We don't know if he's going to come over and talk to us at this point. The last couple times we've been out here, he's just got straight on the plane and left. So we got a lot of people waiting to see if he'll come over to the press pool, talk to us. In the meantime, he is basically wrapping up a 2-day trip to the LA area. He got here yesterday after spending the morning in San Francisco. If you were with us a little while ago, you saw an interesting moment at a breakfast in San Francisco. It's not been a very smooth trip, or a totally smooth trip for the president. He was here to raise money. This was a big fundraising thing. We were told he raised millions of dollars, but in doing so, he also ran into some protesters from his own party, some of his own supporters not happy with how things have gone since he's been elected, are basically complaining that he hasn't gone far enough with some of his campaign pledges during the 2008 campaign. He responded somewhat to some of those critics in an event in Culver City yesterday evening. He was there for a fundraising event where people paid between $100 and $2,500 to get into an event in Culver City at Sony Studios. Jamie Foxx was one of the entertainers on hand at that event. At that event, the president basically said, look, this isn't easy. I know we made promises. We talked about a lot of things back in 2008, but governing is a different thing. There are bumps in the road, so he basically tried to encourage his constituents and his supporters to be patient, that he was going to try to continue to do some of the things he talked about in 2008. He was also here, basically, this is kind of what people are calling one of his first pitches for the 2012 presidential campaign. Some Republicans are already coming out indicating they will oppose him in that election. He's trying to position himself as someone who's helped turn the country around since he took office at the beginning of 2009, trying to argue that things are better than they were when he took over. Now we see the chopper coming to a stop here. We believe that is Marine One. We're going to keep focused on it. As you're looking at that, I'm looking the other way to make sure we're not missing the president coming out of somewhere else. But that does look like it's the one with the president on it right there. So we understand after he leaves here, he's going to head back to Washington, D.C. today. And one interesting thing is you're looking at all this, kind of the whole spectacle of Air Force One on the tarmac here, everybody waiting for the president to get out. When we were coming in here, you would expect that the folks on Air Force One would kind of have a smooth ride getting onto the plane, the crew members of Air Force One. But the interesting thing is we had to stop and get our live truck checked, get our camera gear checked, get personally checked, make sure we were okay to come in. We came in right behind the Air Force One crew members. They had to get out of their car. Their cars got searched before they came in as well. So a lot of security in places you can't see, actually, after a lot of LAPD on hand and also other agencies involved in helping the security of the president while he's in town. Now we see one of the Marines over there going to the door. I think any moment now you will see President Obama come out. We'll see if he comes this way. I don't think he will. We'll probably see him go straight onto the plane there. And you may ask, am I going to yell a question? Well, I'll tell you, I could yell a question. He won't hear it. It's very loud where we're at. If I yelled it, no chance of him hearing from the distance we're at. And there he is, the President of the United States, getting off of Marine One, making his way over to Air Force One to leave the L.A. area. And there he goes, as expected, not answering any questions on his way back to Washington, D.C. This actually goes pretty quick from here. You may be surprised. The last time, once he got on that plane, they got the doors up, the doors shut. I see some press members. If maybe we can go over here. This is kind of funny. If we go over here to the right, we saw some folks sprinting to the stairs over here, and I saw this take place last time. Some of these folks were in a dead sprint just a moment ago to get over here to the stairs, because once the president gets on, they don't waste much time getting this thing up in the air. It's not like a regular thing at the airport where you go on a regular flight and you sit there and wait 15 minutes before the plane takes off. This goes pretty quick. Reporting live at LAX, I'm Chip Yost. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that flight because they're not going to wait for you at all. Chip Yost, we appreciate that. We got the customary wave from the president as he boarded Air Force One, and we wish him a safe flight back to the East Coast.
I think he was waving at Chip.
He was waving at us.
I think that was a direct,
he was waving at
hey,
us.
Chip.